Hello, this is Carolyn Bubert with the League of Women Voters of Portland, and we're here for our video voters guide, or you may be listening to us on podcast. And I'm here with Shannon Singleton, who is running for Multnomah County Commissioner in District 2. District 2 is north and northeast Portland from south to I-84 and east to 148th Avenue. Welcome, Shannon. Please
Thank
tell us Please tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're running for office.
Absolutely. So I'm running for Multnomah County Commissioner for District 2 because the county is the largest social service agency in the state, and it is past due time for someone with expertise and a track record of results to serve on the board. I grew up in the Philadelphia area with a single mother who had to work multiple jobs to make ends meet. And so I know what it's like when you have to choose sometimes which bill to pay because your income doesn't reach to meet all your basic human needs. Additionally, my mom regularly asked me to give up my bedroom to somebody who was quote unquote down on their luck, who she wanted to provide a space to so they could save some money and move into their own apartment. Moving costs are often prohibitive for people. So I learned from an early age that it is community takes care of each other. And it spurred me to later go on to study social work at Temple University and later at Portland State University, where I received my graduate degree in social work. I spent my almost 30-year career on the front lines of social services, helping people escape homelessness, domestic and sexual violence, supporting youth in a foster care group home setting, and providing behavioral health treatment to people who were suffering with severe and persistent mental illnesses. And all throughout that time, part of my work was to really look at pushing past the status quo and pushing systems to do better for the people that we were meant to serve. So I'm running because it's past due time for us to move past these politics of division and chaos that we've had in our community and to turn the page on those old political ways of pointing fingers at each other and really moving forward where we can elect a collaborative leader like me who can get things done, but do so in a transparent way with accountability and instill some hope back in our community.
Thank you. What will be your priorities policy-wise if elected and why?
So my top priorities and what I'm hearing from voters in District 2 include housing and homelessness, behavioral health care, including both mental health treatment and addiction services, as well as thinking about safe communities. And by safe communities, we mean they're healthy communities. So how as a county are we ensuring that we're bringing that basic health and wellness to people through the services that we provide? But also how can we invest in restorative justice and violence prevention programs to ensure that everybody can live in a safe community? And housing and homelessness continue to be top issues in not only in District 2, but for the entire county. And so that's something that I come with that expertise of where those gaps are and can quickly fill those gaps with through our budget and policy investments.
Are you satisfied with the performance of the Joint Office of Homeless Services? And why or why not? And if not, what changes would you support?
Absolutely. I think that there's been some improvement at the Joint Office of Homeless Services. We've seen some recent data regarding housing placements and the number of dollars that are getting out the door more quickly. But I wouldn't say that I'm satisfied yet. I think there's additional improvements needed, both in, again, the accountability for outcomes, making sure that we're tracking housing placements, housing retention, really what our money is paying for in the community. And folks who are lay people, who just regular neighbors, should be able to understand and read that data. So I'd like to see additional data improvements. And another piece that I think we're missing is engaging the providers. The social service providers have a lot to offer on how the system should be or could be running and what's working well. And we lost those shared learning communities that we used to have here, where homeless shelter providers would talk to each other regularly and have those conversations to really coordinate and support each other. And those are missing, and I'd like the Joint Office to reinstitute them.
You are listening to our video voters guide from the League of Women Voters of Portland, or you might be listening on podcast. And we're here with Shannon Singleton, who's running for Multnomah County Commissioner District 2. And I might add that we're grateful for the support of the Velma and Carol Sailing Foundation, the Weiss Foundation, and the League of Women Voters Education Fund, and also our media partners, Metro East Community Media. So, Shannon, are you satisfied with the board's current handling of the 24-hour mental health crisis and sobering center? Why or why not? And if not, what changes would you support?
I am not satisfied yet. I think that they're looking at a very small part of the system. We need to address lack of beds in our community writ large. We can't just have deflection. We must have sobering spaces. We must have transitional treatment facilities. And we know that we don't have enough of that in the community. So I really would like to see a full systems approach.
Are you satisfied with the board's current administration of the Animal Services Office? And why or why not? And if not, what changes would you support?
So with animal services, I think we've seen some improvements based on the more recent audit, but there are still things left undone. So I would really want to have some honest conversations about what it would cost to fully implement those audit recommendations. We're still, my understanding is missing some of around the data and the ability to track what sorts of services people are providing. As well as some staffing needs that continue to languish. And there was something around the training in particular that I think is important that we implement and ensure that the trainings are happening for supervisors to make sure that that is also a workplace that is free from harassment and bullying.
What role, if any, do you think Multnomah County should play in addressing income inequality in the county?
So there's two places here. One is the county had a program called Multnomah Mothers Trust, and that program went away. It was providing some income support specifically for Black mothers, and there were some successes that we lost when the program ended. So I would love to revisit that and see how we can build on it. Additionally, I think it is imperative that the county not only pays its own workers enough to make their basic needs and having a living wage, but also our contractors and who are contracted out. That those providers, whether they are our janitorial services or they are our social workers, are also making a wage that is commensurate with the county staff. Those workers should be able to live in the community that they work. And right now, they have different wages and don't necessarily make living wages.
This concludes our video voters guide and podcast interview of Shannon Singleton, running for District 2, Multnomah County Commissioner. Thank you, Shannon. Election day is Tuesday, November 5th. Thank you for your interest, and please do vote.